Our first guest tonight is a talented former teen heartthrob, now adult heartthrob, who squeezes into spandex in the new movie, The Iron Claw.
And a devastating shot to the lower back puts Kevin on the mat. He's lining up a big shot, and Kevin blocks it and returns a punch. Connects once, twice, and 3 times hits Holly Race again. Pretty hard on that one. Kevin coming off the ropes with a clothesline. The champ doesn't budge. Kevin again off the ropes. Oh, and he knocks it down.
The Iron Claw opens in theaters a week from Friday. Say hello to Zac Efron. Man, I was worried you're going to come out here and throw me over the ropes. Can I ask you a quick question before we get into the interview? When people show up with High School Musical paraphernalia, is that appreciated, yes or no?
Oh, man, it's always appreciated.
It's appreciated? Okay, good.
Awesome. Go Wildcats.
Man, you got huge for this movie, huh?
Yeah, I did a lot of push-ups. And
Jeremy Allen White was here. He said he was embarrassed standing next to you because he seemed really small. He felt he was very muscular and very fit, and then he'd stand next to you, and he felt like he was, you know, a waiter or something. Maybe not in those exact words, but you get the idea.
That's so funny, man. Yeah, so, I mean, like, the story's all about these brothers, and it really was, you know, about their bond. And
the Von Erich family.
The Von Erich family, right.
And their dad, who was a wrestler of note, and then I remember these guys. I mean, you're probably too young to remember these guys, but I remember Kerry Von Erich, Kevin Von Erich. These guys were like, yeah, it was a big wrestling, one of those wrestling families.
Yeah, long line of wrestlers. Their father was a wrestler, and you know, it's really an amazing story. They rose to fame so quickly and really changed the whole platform of wrestling. I mean, they took it to levels that nobody really had ever seen before.
They also had really, really tough lives in general.
Yeah, the whole family was followed by sort of a curse.
Yeah, but it did seem like that, or there was something like that going on.
Yeah.
Now, this is, which one's the real family, which one's you guys? Because it's hard to tell. You guys are in color, that's how we know.
Yeah.
And now, you play Kevin Von Erich, who's a surviving member of the family. Has he seen the movie?
He has. He has seen the movie.
And what did he think of the movie?
Dude, he loved it.
He loved it? Yeah.
He loved it, which meant just everything to me, man.
I bet. Were you sitting there watching him while he watched the movie?
No, that would have been weird, man. Yeah. It was awkward enough just sitting, knowing he was in the room. But yeah, naturally, when you're playing somebody real, it's like that's the first thing you think of is what are they going to think of this?
Yeah, sometimes you don't care because that person is a villain or, you know, is eating people or something like that.
Yeah, or like Ted Bundy or something like that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
When we showed up actually to the premiere, which was in Dallas, where a lot of the story takes place, he was there with his whole family, and we had like a one-on-one chat.
Did you fight? Did you guys have fight? Wouldn't that be cool?
No, but he could have gone that way. Oh, man, I was ready for him to be like, dude, you messed that up.
What was it like getting in that ring for the first time?
I don't even know how to put it into words, man. It's like you sign on to play a wrestler, you know, you're in for a bit of a, I don't know, Magic Mike scenario, kind of.
Yeah.
But there's the moment that it becomes real and you're out there in front of a huge audience.
So those people were really there?
Yeah. A lot of them were real, you know, big wrestling fans.
Right.
But, you know, the way we shot the film, we did like really long takes. So we'd shoot the whole wrestling sequence kind of at the same time. So the matches could be anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes long, and we would do the whole thing start to finish. So you would like emerge, see the crowd, but then kind of get into the action of the wrestling, and that was all fine. But then inevitably they call cut, you know, and then you're kind of just standing there looking around in your underwear. And you're like oiled up, and you're like, you don't like, honestly, you're trying to figure out what to do after they call cut, and you don't have the character to rely on or like someone to fight. It's like you don't know how to stand, man. Like, do you cross your legs and lean on the ring? Like, it was everywhere you look, everyone's already looking at you.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was awkward.
It's weird. Yeah, the whole thing is weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it's physically demanding also, having to do those takes over and over again, I would think. Because the wrestlers do it once, and if they screw it up, they just try again in the next town.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, we got to work with so many great pro wrestlers on this, and that was one of the things that that they noticed and talked about. They're like, man, we don't do it this much, actually. You do this a lot. You do a lot of takes, man.
You've been doing like live performance stuff though since you were a little kid, right? What was the first thing you did, like the first real show?
Oh man, one of the earlier ones I did was Peter Pan. That was.
Were you Peter Pan?
No, I wasn't Peter Pan. I was John.
Oh, his little brother.
Yeah.
Oh no, not little brother.
And then
Wendy's
Mike,
little brother.
Yeah, Wendy's little brother. And
how old were you at this time?
man, I must have been 13, 14.
Okay.
Like that. But it was a professional production at PCPA, at Allen Hancock College, and you know, we had the Christmas show. It's pretty big, but to be a kid in one of those shows is kind of a big deal. It was like, you know, there's only a couple young people in it. It's all college students, and good actors and stuff. But we had fly lines, so they would actually pick us up into the air and fly us over the audience.
That's fun.
And every once in a while, that would just go.
Oh, bad.
Wrong.
Oh, it would. Oh.
Like one of the stunts we had was my younger brother Michael. He would drop his teddy bear into the audience, and then I would go down and retrieve it from whatever audience member caught it. And one day, a lady grabbed it. I think it was like the seniors senior show where they get like a discount. So everybody was kind of old, and this lady got the bear, and she did not want to let go. And so I swooped down to grab it, and I couldn't really get it from her, and she was kind of like, no. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm about to fly away. So I kind of reached for it one more time, and she just pulled me in. Like, she grabbed me like, no. And I got yanked into her, and then the fly line guys yanked, and I kind of flew away. And when I flew away, I wasn't holding a teddy bear. I was holding like her hair, her wig.
Wow. Well, I hope she learned a valuable lesson on that day.
I will never know.
Zac Efron is here. His movie is The Iron Claw. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back with young Zac Efron. He's got a movie called The Iron Claw opening on December 22nd in the movie theaters. On Monday, you got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame outside. What does that mean to you? Like, what is that? Is that a meaningful thing to you?
Oh, I mean, it's tough to describe, man. I wasn't prepared for the actual ceremony. It was such a special day.
Who spoke at the ceremony?
Oh, geez, Miles Teller, which was awesome, man. He shut it down. It was so nice to hear him talk. He's such a funny dude, man. Shout out to Miles. Thanks for that. Jeremy also spoke, gave a beautiful speech.
Jeremy Allen White, your co-star?
Yep, Jeremy Allen White. And Sean Durkin, the director of Iron Claw.
Very nice, nice.
Yeah.
Was your whole family there?
And my whole family was there, man. It was great.
What'd your mother think of the whole thing?
Oh, I think she was pretty stoked.
Yeah,
I think she was pretty happy. I mean, she's the one that drove me down to LA, and I would be in the back of her minivan, studying for the SATs, and she'd drive for 3 hours from Arroyo Grande just to get me down for auditions.
Wow.
And, so the amount of work they put in, and
had you, as a kid, come down here and looked at those stars and fantasized that maybe one day you'd be pulling wigs off old ladies in the theater?
I mean, I looked at the stars.
Yeah.
I can't say I fantasized. I just seemed too far from something that would be a
reality.
possibility, to
Yeah.
actually get one. But yeah, man, I spent a lot of time on those stars. I used to skateboard over them because it's really smooth on that sidewalk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I broke my wrist somewhere out there on my skateboard, right next to, it was Betty White or something. I don't remember. I was Smashed. Yeah, right. And there was right next to one of those stores with all the fake Academy Awards in there.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
great.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah. There was like Spider-Man right there. It was great.
What are you going to do for the holidays? You have a family plan? What's the plan?
Yeah, probably the usual, man. I love to go. It's really the one time a year that I know I'm not going to be busy and there's no, there's no like work going on or press. So I just like to go chill with the family, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love, maybe we could work out together over the break. We could do some sets, I could show you some stuff. You could show me some of your stuff or whatever,
Yeah.
Really get jacked, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, man. I plan on just eating a ton of cookies.
Yeah, a ton of cookies. All right, yeah, because you don't have to worry about that now, right?
No, I don't give a
You have your shopping done?
A little bit. I've got some good ideas.
You have some good ideas. All right. And you have to get a gift for everyone, I would assume, in your family?
Yeah, I like to do that.
Did they give you good stuff?
You know what? My parents crushed it growing up.
They do. Oh,
they
yeah,
always
growing
get
up,
me
yeah.
presents, so. Yeah, growing up. Now they get me more sentimental stuff. I like pictures of all of us together and things like that.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still fun to. I have a little brother and sister now. So they're 4 and 2.
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
It's really fun to get them stuff.
Yeah. That's primo age right there.
Yeah, Santa is like coming extra hard.
Yeah. Wait till they see High School Musical, they're gonna lose their minds. I know where we could get you a deal on a plastic purse. You know what? Well, it's great to see you. Congratulations on the movie. It's called The Iron Claw. It opens in theaters December 22nd. Zac Efron, everybody. We'll be right back with Jason Mantzoukas.